Good morning. Welcome to the Chanting the Japa Nam Jap session. Let's start with just a little bit of focus on our breath, breathing in and out, breathing in and out, and remembering that Nam Jap is a meditation, is a form of meditation because it needs your awareness and your concentration. So the more I am concentrated, the easier it is for me to do it. And the more I chant, the more concentration, awareness, mindfulness I develop. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's start by chanting Om. We'll break Om, you know how we do it many times, into A, U, Ma. You're very welcome to unmute and chant it with me. So again, we'll take a deep breath in. Auma. And the last time, breathing in. Reminding ourselves that this jap is, to repeat or sing a word or a phrase continuously, chanting till we become the chant. And usually the jap, it's a mantra or a divine's name. So we cannot falter, we cannot go wrong, we cannot astray. So jap, the meditative repetition, the word we break into ja and pa. The root of ja in Sanskrit is to destroy birth, death, and reincarnation. And pa means to destroy one's sins. So Sardaji had requested that we do some, Om chanting to begin with. Sardaji, would you like to lead us on that, or should I put some audio? Because, with me online, it kind of leaves a gap in the chanting.
I will you do some, put some recording, Taru.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just I'll put a recording for Om. So remembering to start with a deep breath so that we can focus on Om, and we'll do it for about 7 minutes. And we don't have to follow that. That's just a base for us to, have some common connection. assuming you can hear it. Otherwise, please speak up. centering ourselves, like we discussed before. Chanting can be done in three ways. The first one is the sound actually comes out of your mouth. Especially in the beginning, it feels good because you can feel the vibration and it helps in the concentration. And then the next is that the lips move, but no word comes out. And the third and the ideal way of chanting is that there's no sound, there is no movement, and the chant is going inside of you. So they talk about a parallel consciousness in which, you're doing everything that you have to. So from the small book Naam Japa that we had shared on our groups by Ramakrishna Das, Uriya Baba, who was a big devotee of Mother and Sri Aurobindo, and who said that this is the simplest way of invoking Mother's presence and chanting the Naam Jap is the simplest way in which we can change our life, in which we can transform our body, each and every cell of our body. So he said that, Mother's name should be the name with which, the word with which we should get up. And Mother's name is the word with the last word, the last thought with which we should sleep. And of course, throughout in between, invoking her as much as possible. And from her book, it's very beautiful. So I'll be sharing that he has given the most important place. He said, Mother has given, the most important place to this Naam Jap in the yoga of transformation. Because she said, for transforming, especially the physical, the aspiration, the surrender, the what we call the psychological methods, they are not enough. They are not adequate because they do not have a direct effect on the body. And Mother said, with Jap, she has done sadhana of say 10 years in just a few months. She said that Jap, with Jap, we can alter our inconscient. It affects our subconscious. It has worked, it works on our inconscient, on the body cells. She says, it takes time, but if we persist, if we are patient, if we are sincere, it works. And just like with any other thing, when we are say learning any instrument, any guitar, piano, tabla, how they say they just keep doing it, keep mechanically repeating the motion, and you do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, and in the end, there's some new consciousness in your hand that it moves by itself. And she says the similar consciousness, it fills your body, this Naam Jap. And one thing that I found very beautiful, that with this job, your awareness, your consciousness always remains foremost. Like if you have to do the chant, if you have to do chanting, you have to give it attention. And that is happening in the present moment. So when one starts doing the jap, the concentration comes automatically and with very little effort. We can, how we speak about the monkey mind, right? That the mind has to think something. And we know that it just keeps thinking the repetitive patterns, the meaningless, mostly the unnecessary past, future, and it runs away from the present. So she said this is the simplest way of replacing the mechanical thoughts that surround our mind. This is a happy, easy way towards, kind of moving away from that. And again, it keeps us away from adverse forces. So it's very important to do the Nam Japa constantly. So we can now do the japa of the word, ma. So there also he had broken it quite beautifully. I know I'm talking a lot, but we can chant in our own times. But when we remember this, it's easy for us to have more faith because we understand, and understanding is something very important to us. So it's said that, if we break the word ma, the alphabet ma is the Chandra Bij, which is, the moon that they say kind of contains the nectar. And if you repeat ma because of the moon association, bliss and peace gets established in your being. And the enemies, our enemies are, say, anger, greed, lust, and I don't know, a lot more. They lose their power over you, and you get purified. And when you get purified, then the divine transcends in your body, mind, and vital. And when you add the a to the word ma and becomes ma, a is the agni bija, the fire, which destroys. So it basically, they talked about sanchit karma, which is the result of actions from previous lives. And then there was kriyamana, result of action from this life, the kriya, the karma that we are doing, and the prarabdha, the present destiny that again we got from the past. All these get wiped away. And I don't think it was possible before. Even, if we see that even in Gita, how Krishna told to Arjuna that, when you come to me, just remember me and everything else will be taken care of. And when these get wiped away, they say that the psychic being awakens and the veil of ignorance, attachment, and illusion that gets lifted. So now we will chant Ma. So would anybody like to lead us on the chanting? Or I can play some music and we can chant for our own, but it would be nice if we could all do that. Monica, would you like to chant a little bit today for us?
Yeah, I think it's nice if I maybe you play some music in the background and we do it all by ourselves. In that I think we develop a quite intimate connection with the mother.
Give me one.
Taru, just 2 minutes. I just want to share full thing. In there's a book, The Flame of White Light. That book, Pali Shastriya has written some, passages for the mother. I just read it in connection with what you said just now. The mother's name, let me do. Believe me that my faith and devotion are not ideal and complete. Still, the very name Mother has done me a lot, which it would be impossible for many births to achieve. Every week is opening fresh vistas. I have known of no yoga, which lifts in a rise the human creature from the mire to the higher altitudes of the Divine Mother. I have only one thought, and that is the Mother. Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to share this.
Thank you so much.
I think this is what when mother says that we have to turn every thought, every feeling to the divine. This is what we can I think get inspiration from. So thank you. Yes, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so I'm playing the music. I hope you can hear it. So now we can, for the next, maybe 5 minutes in our own silences, we can take Mother's name and yeah. sorry, the stopping always feels abrupt. I will invite if now anybody, if they would want to chant anything for us for a minute or two, so please unmute and share anything.
May I ask something, please?
Yes, please.
Just wanted to know, so many times one has heard that the power of collective chanting is more than individual chanting. What would you have to say about that? Is that true? Or is it only for concentration?
Again, not having any real knowledge on this, but it feels that yes, for concentration and for making it into a practice, right? To start the practice, I think collective would be beautiful. And whenever one can, one must, go to such circles or chanting sessions where we can talk, when we can chant in collective, because they say, I don't know, you pull the energy which is stronger. But because chanting is about having, like I was saying, that it's a 24/7 process, so that can't be done in collective. So I think whenever possible, doing it in collective. And I think it's also probably an individual thing. Some people might like collective while others not. But overall, I mean, just to answer your question, because it's a 24/7 thing, the individual, I think, can carry on throughout as much as possible for us. So, yeah, but I'll read more about it next time to Lakshmaji and try to give a more, I don't know what answer, but yeah.
Thank you, but that is answer enough. Thank you. You expressed it well.
Okay, thank you. So if anybody else has anything on this before we just chant the last mantras and end. Let's chant Astoma and then we'll do the Shanti mantra together and we'll call it a session, but taking it with us. So anybody who wants to unmute and chant it, please feel free to do that. So taking a deep breath in. Another breath in. Asatoma sadgamaya tamsoma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam gamaya. Oh, the longing and praying to the Mother to take us from darkness to light, from false to truth, from illusion to reality, and from that which dies in me to that state which is immortal. Sadgu Astoma Sadgamaya. Ending with the Shanti mantra. Om Om Dyo Shanti Antariksha Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Aushadhaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishve Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So remembering to make chanting a part of our everyday life. Maybe we can, in the beginning, set aside a time of the day and slowly try to incorporate it into ourselves more and more. Thank you so much for joining in and for staying till the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much.